So, hey, in just a second, we'll be sharing the tea on the strategic website development and online visibility for nonprofits. But if you've never met me before, I'm Sabrina, and I'm the founder of Supporting World Hope. I'm a nonprofit consultant, and I started this company after 25 years in the nonprofit industry. And we have today with us Mo, and she's the founder and web business strategy for vwitonline.com. Yay, I did it right. Before we get started though, if you could, you're watching this in replay because we had a little tech issue, but we do ask that you click the heart or the like button and let us know that this is recorded and you can hear us. And if you could even let us know where you're from, because we all like to know where we're from. Like I'm in South Texas and Mo is in India. And so it's really cool to find out where we're connecting from around the world. So again, Mo is here and she is a web strategist expert. And so we have several sets of questions that we're gonna ask Mo. But before we do that, Mo, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience?
Yes. I started in this online marketing business about 15 years back. I started with affiliate marketing first. Then I shifted to search engine optimization. And since then, I have been doing that along with development of websites. But I have always had a passion for working with nonprofits because I feel their work is something that actually changes life. So I fine-tuned and channelized my skill set for SEO and website to help nonprofits. So that is what I am doing now, other than also helping local businesses for SEO and website development.
That is awesome, and thank you for your dedication to nonprofits. And you know, I told you there's 8 questions, right? And I probably won't stray away from the questions, but as soon as you said SEO, I'm like, oh my God, I need the SEO. It's so complicated, but we'll talk about that later. So my first question is, why does a nonprofit need to invest in a website?
Yes. First of all, these days everyone is online. As I have also already discussed, we have already discussed before we were on going live. So there is no way you should miss on the opportunity of reaching more and more people online, because your volunteers, your supporters, your advocates, everyone is online. So if you are not online, you are missing those opportunities. Offline is fine, but online is mandatory these days, and especially with this pandemic, more and more people are online. So every nonprofit, no matter what size it is, they should be online.
I agree.
And there are certain other things also, because having a website gives them certain advantages, like they can collect the donors database, volunteers database, and then they can contact them for their next events. And it is easier today because there are a lot of softwares and free softwares actually through which a database can be built. So it is much more easier to build a database. And fundraising, if you are not utilizing fundraising opportunities online, then again you are missing a lot. So absolutely, there is no chance today not to be online. And with the, I think with the advent of technology, it is not that costly to be online. We will talk about it later, but it's quite affordable these days. So I urge everyone to be online, all nonprofits to be online.
Yes. So when you do get online, what features must a nonprofit include on their website?
First of all, they should have all online websites for nonprofits should have integration facilities, I believe, because that is what we have developed, which we'll talk about later. Integration facilities regarding volunteer management, fundraising with a donation button. You can take donation, accept donation right from your website without using any other extra softwares. And then blogging is very important, I feel, because it is through blog you show or your advocates how you are utilizing their money, how you are making changes in and how you are progressing with your mission. So, and there is another feature, I think everyone should have a newsletter to spread your story, tell your story, and how they can participate. So these are the basic features I think everyone should have, apart from easy way of updating and maintaining websites. Because if you have a lot of issues, if you want to put up a picture, if you want to put up a video on your website and you have to ask a coder to do it for you, that is not done. So easy way of updating and maintaining your website is another feature for nonprofits websites.
That makes sense. And I know that you talked about WordPress, but we'll probably get into that. So what strategies should a nonprofit use to drive the right traffic to their website?
If you are having promotional material, offline physical material, first of all, put your website URL in those materials, whether it's a flyer or what poster, whatever you are using. Second, as I said, blog interesting content and use social media to spread that content. That is how you drive people back to your website, from where you can collect their name and contact information and develop a database. Third, you should go for SEO a little bit. I know this is a technical term, search engine optimization is technical, but if we get time, we'll talk about a few little things which anyone can do. Queue optimization for their blog post, which they can do to attract traffic. So traffic is once again a jargon we use in the SEO world. Traffic means the target audience, the type of audience you want to attract to your website.
Yeah, so, I kind of looked at the SEO stuff and my head started hurting. So I'm like, I'm hiring a professional, which I'm probably hiring you because my head started hurting with that stuff. So the next questions are really around social media. But before we get into the social media, I really want you to tell people what platform you use and why you think that it is the way to go for nonprofits.
First, I think Facebook is a very good platform for nonprofits if used wisely. Other than that, Instagram is there, Twitter is there, but I have a different kind of suggestion here. You cast your net, meaning you put your content, your social media content on at least Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is a very good opportunity also. Start putting your content there and then focus on a single or two social media at the maximum, because you don't have the time to handle all those. You focus on those social media from where you are getting maximum response. So use your time efficiently. They should use their time efficiently and focus on those two social medias which is actually working for them. And it depends, I think it also depends on the type of mission they are promoting there, because some platforms are very good for specific type of industry or specific mission. And some social media platform works better for other type of things. But I will always advise to start with Facebook, because it is easier and already you have so many groups, communities, so you can actually use that for your advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. You know, I've been trying to learn Instagram and I've been struggling, but I'm learning because I get a lot of response off of Instagram, yes. But it's not my, Facebook is my go-to. But I have to learn Instagram because I get a lot of engagement on there, and that may be where some people are, you know,
Yes, that is the key. You try different media, and where you get the maximum engagement, you focus on that.
Yeah.
That is what nonprofits should do, I believe.
That makes sense. So just as you know that this is recorded, but if you're coming in and we're talking about the best website strategies as well as some social media strategies with Mo, and if you could in the comments so that this will stay at the top, let us know where you're from. Hit the heart or the like button. We're delving into why nonprofits should invest in websites, and we've talked about what your website should include. And now we're going on to our social media conversation. So Mo, what are some of social media best practices for nonprofits?
One mistake I find, people are posting content asking for donation. Of course, you will ask for donation, but your post should not, social media post should not only be give me money, donate, about collecting donations. No, it should have your story, your visually represent your story, visually show the people, because social media is visual. So use visual elements, use videos, short videos to show what you are doing actually, and then ask for donation. So if I can put it in a single line, say you are posting 4 content a day. So 3 content can be of different things that you are doing, testimonials, what you are doing, how it is changing lives, and then ask for donation. 1 post can be donation. And that is more important, I think, because you want them to engage with your content first, and then nurture them, get them back to your website, build a database through news, capturing their name, social media details and all, and then ask for the donation. This is one thing. Yeah. And another thing I believe is important, when you are using visual elements, visual graphics, the graphics should be emotion invoking. It should have certain kind of emotion, because that is what moves people. That is important, I think. These 2 things are basic necessity for having good engagement in social media.
Yeah, you missed your calling as a fundraiser, because you're right on point with that. You know, people go straight to the ask, and you haven't convinced people that you're trustworthy. Exactly. And that you're making a change. So that is spot on. So what strategies should nonprofits use to grow their social media?
First of all, you should be branding your social media content. Now, many people think branding means spending a lot of money. No, it's not that. You can easily do it. Any size of non-profit, doesn't matter. You do not need a big budget for that. I will suggest 2-3 things for branding. First, in all your visual elements, social media elements, the logo should be there. Develop a brand color. Those 2 or 3 colors should be in your visual material, whatever you are posting. And this builds a familiarity with your content, and this helps to build trust also side by side. So this is one thing, to be consistent in whatever you are posting in social media. This will help to, of course, your all visual posts should have a link back to your website. A link back to your website. So that is how you drive traffic from social media. This was the question. I think this was the question you were asking about the traffic. Was it
yes,
the question?
You're fine. Just you're fine. As a matter of fact, I'm learning, because I don't think I've ever put the link back to my website and all my social media posts, which is a great tip. Okay.
Yes, it should be done with all your posts. Link back to your website. Second, once again, I will talk about the blogging thing. Blogging is very important, I believe, and you also put the blogging content link in social media. Again, that will automatically drop a link in social media like Facebook to and ask and people if the blog title is interesting, headline of your content, they will then go back to your website. And third, I think you cannot escape SEO to drive traffic because other than if you are going for, I don't believe all non-profits can do that. That is paid advertising. If you are not doing paid advertising, you should optimize your post. Optimization is another term which we talk about in search engine SEO world. So optimizing your post. Optimizing means if you are, say, you want people to visit your website for a specific type of key phrase, like fundraising for XYZ, whatever it is. That specific key phrase should be in your blog content. That is how Google determines that this page is for that specific key phrase. When people are searching for your type of content, or they wish to volunteer, they have some time, they wish to volunteer. So you identify those phrases. There are tools. This is a bit technical, but there are tools. One tool I can suggest, which is free. Uber Suggest. UberSuggest.com. There you can search for terms what people are searching for. You can get that key phrase from there, and then you put those key phrases in your blog content or in your social media content. People who are searching in Google, they will generally come across those blog content if you are doing it right, and then they will land up in your web page. So that is another way of driving traffic, but this comes under SEO, so it's a bit technical. But the first three things I said: put your website URL on your business card or whatever promotional material you are using offline. Second, consistently post in social media and put your website link in your social media posts. Mm-hmm. And third, optimize your blog content.
Okay, I do have one question based on what you just said. So you know how Facebook kind of doesn't want you to drive traffic off of Facebook? So if you put your website on all your posts, would that?
No, don't do it for all posts. Okay. But it should be enough. If you are posting 5 times a day, suppose if you are posting 5 times a day, do it 2 times. Okay. Put the backlink 2 times. Okay. At least that way your website will become more visible.
That makes sense to me. Right? Yeah, because especially if you're using Facebook and they drive down it because you have an outside link, you don't do that. So that makes sense.
And another point, I think even in those posts where you are not putting the physical link on your post, your visual the graphics should at least have the website link.
That's a way around it. Yeah, because Facebook won't recognize the graphic as a link.
Yes.
Oh, see, okay. I've learned something. But when you started talking about the SOE, my eyes glazed over. So it's
it's a very technical thing. Yeah.
Yeah, my eyes glazed over.
But we can help in that also.
Okay. So let me ask a question, because this is for the people out there. This is for Sabrina's benefit. So how much does the SEO it's all optimization. So how much do you charge for SEO, like to build a SEO? I don't even know how to say it, but to help with the SEO.
Yeah, actually, it will depend. It depends on the type of engagement you want or the time frame you want. Because one thing everyone should understand: SEO through SEO you will not get traffic overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. You will have to give some time, because Google will identify your topics, they will index the topics, and then if you can rank in top 2, 3 or 4, 5 positions, then only you will start getting traffic. And all these things takes time. So it happens in a monthly fashion. Okay. Right? So the charge is also in a monthly fashion. So someone can decide to rank in Google for 2 or 3 key phrases that they want people to know them, they know about. So first decide how many pages you want to optimize for Google, and then the budget will vary accordingly.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. So that's so what for the services that you provide, the nonprofit or the business will come to you and say, this is what I want, and then you would help build that path.
Yes. And we have to do a background study also, whether they are already getting some form of traffic from Google. So there are tools to find out if their social media post is helping them to rank, maybe not in the first page, but maybe they are ranking in the third or fourth page of Google. So those background study needs to be done. We do a competition study. How many competitors you have, your kind of mission or type of post you want to rank for. So that is also a consideration. So all these things are done, background study is done, and then we start building a campaign. And what we do, we have a project management board. We give access to our clients to that board, and every month what we are doing, we show them, we give them the detail there, so they can see what is happening behind the scene. And we'll also show them the screenshots of what is working. Say someone is ranking for one specific keyword in page number 3, but obviously they have to rank in page number 1 in higher posts to actually get traffic. So once a campaign starts, the objective is to rank higher and higher and higher in Google.
Okay.
That is what SEO is about. So those are given in month by month basis also.
Okay, that makes sense. So SEO basically is when I go to Google and I search for fundraising coach or something like that. And then the first ones that pop up is those are the ones that have been optimized, for lack of a better word. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So if I'm a nonprofit, if I'm a nonprofit and I am a nonprofit for youth services, if I put in youth services, I want my youth service to pop up first.
Exactly. Here I want to focus on one thing. In SEO term, we use the user term long tail key phrase, meaning a keyword which has 2 to 3 or 4 or not 2, sorry, 4 to 5 words at least, because say non-profit, but it can be like this volunteering for youth-based non-profit. I don't know exact term, I don't know, but it can be like this. This is 3 or 4 words. You will find it easier to rank for this kind of keywords rather than non-profit volunteers. And it's a very competitive term.
Okay.
But if you actually focus on what specific thing you want to rank, it will automatically be like 3 or 4 words, and you will find it easier and faster to rank because competition will be much lesser.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. You've given me a lot of clarity around that. So here's the last question, and we kind of got off track because I drove you into the SEO world.
But I love talking about SEO.
But the last question that I have here is, what is your favorite social media hack that you would like to share with us?
Okay. There are several, but one thing I can say which will work for all platforms, focus on the day and time when your audience is online. And how will you know that? All social media platforms including Facebook, gives you analytics. And you'll know at which time of the day they're engaging most with your content, and which time and which day. For some non-profit, this can be the weekends. For some, it can be weekdays and a specific time of the day. So try to schedule, if you are scheduling your post, try to schedule at around that time. Even if you are posting manually your content, post sometime around that time, because you will get the maximum engagement at that time. And this is available, this analytics is available for all non-profit, all social media platforms. So this can be easily implemented for all social media platforms.
Okay.
Other than that, there are specific tweaks for a specific platform, but this will work for all platforms.
Okay. I do have a question piggybacking on that. So sometimes when I go into my Facebook analytics or my insight, it says like not enough sufficient data. How do you?
Yes, for that, it is if you are getting that thing, that it means that there is not enough engagement or enough time has passed for Facebook to collect data and show you a graph that this is the time when it is a peak time. So you need to give it some more time. That post or that kind of thing, whatever you are posting, that should give you should give them it some time. Maybe it's a very new thing you are posting, so let Facebook collect some data, more data, and then that will be reflected in the analytics.
Okay, that makes sense. So I always question that. So it's all about time. It's time with the SEO. It's time with the analytics, and for us impatient people out there, it might be a little bit of a challenge for us. But I know that because this is recorded, I'm going to request that people, if you have any questions for Mo specifically, put them in the comments, and I will get them to her. Actually, she can answer them right there on the post. And also, I do have one more question, Mo, because yesterday Monday, we kind of talked about this, and I think it's worth repeating because a lot of nonprofits tend to go with the Wix or, those type platforms for their website. And I know I went with WordPress for my business and I really love it. You have a preference that you think that nonprofits should go with as well. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we have developed a platform which is basically the foundation is WordPress, but we have customized it for nonprofits. So the website platform we provide, it has all integrations for newsletter, for blog, for donation or fundraising, for volunteer management, for event management. All these are integrated, and this is a WordPress platform, but it is completely customized. And we also have themes that are specific to nonprofit. Themes means the design structure is already done. Now, once you log in, you can change those. It is the themes are we have loaded the themes with dummy text and pictures. So when you go in, replace those text and pictures with your content. And all this thing can be done with a few clicks. You do not need to know coding. You do not need to know any such thing. Just do it with a few clicks. And all the guidance is given. Support document is there. And an interesting thing is we are giving a 60-day free trial to try out this platform. So I feel you can definitely take anyone watching this live. It's a recorded thing. So you can definitely go and visit vitonline.com, and from the navigation bar, click Solutions for Nonprofit. From there on, you will get all the details. vitonline.com. Okay. So 60-day free trial should be enough time for anyone to test out the platform and how easy it is to have a website there.
Okay. We'll make sure that we put that in the comments, the link to the 60-day free trial. And even beyond that, just based on our conversation on Monday, I want to say this because I know that as a nonprofit, I was very frugal, thrifty, as they say. And what Mo provides is, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's ongoing maintenance. You set up everything. It's $67 a month.
Yes, that is the basic price. We have three options, but the basic one is $67 per month, and it includes all the features I have talked about and ongoing support, which is I think is very important for non-profits. We give support. We will be there for any help.
Yeah.
So, and the maintenance of your website also, because I don't know whether you have faced it before, but security issue is website security is an issue, because there may be DDoS attacks or virus attacks. We take care of all things. If there is any security issue in your website, we will restore the website and it will be as it is. We take regular backup also. So this maintenance feature is also included in that $67 per month. So it's a very affordable thing.
Yeah.
And then there are other options also. If you want extra features, there are other options also. But this is the basic feature.
And I say that because I know that when I was a nonprofit CEO and I went out for website redo or what have you, they were coming back with like crazy, like $5,000. And that did not include maintenance. And that did not include, you know, with WordPress, you know how it is. A volunteer makes it, or you get the company to come in and do it, and then they walk away and you don't know how to maintain it. You don't know how, and it becomes stagnant, and it just becomes a nightmare. So you kind of just ignore it. And this is not good. We started off saying that nonprofits have to be on the website.
Have to be, and our goal is it should be affordable for all nonprofits.
Yeah. And
$67 per month is very affordable for everyone. I really
very affordable. And if I look at it the way it is, you know, the website is kind of like the first impression. And so if you don't have that first impression, oh, that's going to be an uphill battle trying to get donors and stakeholders to trust you, because the first impression is not good. And so I just really, I know I wanted to champion that because I think it's so affordable. And, you know, give it a try with the 60-day free trial. I'll make sure that I include it in the link. And if we're going to close at this time, I'd like to thank Mo for being here.
Thank you.
I really learned a lot. SEO.
And I really enjoyed talking with you, and I hope our viewers are also, they got something they can use.
Yes.
Some tips that they can use in their nonprofit promotion.
Oh yes, I'm sure they did. And even if it's just, you know what, first impressions, your website means a lot. I think that just having that conversation and reminding people that we are in a mobile world, especially with the pandemic, just like you said.
Exactly.
I spend so much time on websites and so much time on Google search, and I'm from my computer, you know? And so it's happening. People are looking at you, at your nonprofit. It is happening. So I would like to add that if there's a topic you want to hear about on the next segment of Sipping Tea with Sabrina, please let me know. You can drop that in the comment as well. And I will leave you with this: your mission matters and deserves to be highlighted in your community. Your mission matters, and it can be an inspiration to those who need it the most. Your mission matters and deserves to be funded to its fullest capacity. And that is Sipping Tea with Sabrina. See you next time.